Welcome to Caldwell County Today. I'm Paige Counts, Public Information Officer for Caldwell County. Today we're talking about the Veterans Stand Down, and I have a whole panel of folks here to talk with us. So I'm going to go ahead and ask them to go around and introduce themselves and tell us how they are affiliated with the Veterans Stand Down.
Good morning. My name is Patrick Hamber. I work for NCWorks. I'm a Veterans Outreach Specialist and a leaver, kind of like a hybrid. I'm associated with the Stand Down as we work in conjunction with the Stand Down, helping veterans become job ready and help them prepare for exceptional careers going forward.
Good morning. My name is Beth Clay. I work with NCWorks in Caldwell County. I'm associated with the Stand Down. I'm on the committee to help get everything together and help facilitate for our veterans, and that's it.
Hi, my name is Kaylee Reinhardt, and I work with the scholarship program at NCWorks Caldwell County. I'm associated with the Veterans Stand Down to help facilitate it and help the veterans get job ready, and if they're interested in going back to school, help with training costs, and help them again to be career ready.
Hi, I'm Stanley McCormick. I'm associated with the Stand Down. I am a career advisor at NCWorks Caldwell, and my role in this, at the Stand Down is the chairman, I guess you could say chairman of the board if you want to call it that. But what I do with the Stand Down is I help coordinate everything and put everything together and make sure that the Stand Down is running as smoothly as it can possibly run.
Good morning. I'm Mark Barber. I'm the Associate Dean of Vocational Technical Studies at Caldwell Community College, and I'm also a co-chair on the Stand Down Committee.
Well, welcome, Foothills Veterans. My name is Rodney Woody. I am the Caldwell County Veterans Career Advisor. I work for NCWorks. Like my cohort, Patrick, we both cover multiple counties, and we help veterans get job ready. We help them get back into employment. So that's my connection, is providing that service to our veterans, and it's wonderful to be here. It's great to see everybody.
Good morning or afternoon or whatever time of the day you may be seeing this. My name's Stephen Starnes, and I work for Vocational Rehabilitation, where I have the role of Business Relations Representative. And what I do is I help both veterans and non-veterans become job ready and help them find the careers, the jobs that they're best suited for. Because of that, I've become good friends with many of my colleagues over here who do the same thing. And I developed very quickly a passion for working with veterans. So I work closely with Rodney and Patrick and so forth. And during the Stand Down, I have a very important role. I coordinate food for these 150 to 200 veterans that are going to show up, because any of you that know anything about veterans know the military moves on his stomach. So we're going to feed about 150 to 200 vets. We're basing that on pre-COVID numbers, and we've got a host of different businesses and restaurants and groups that are providing the food for them, including Colson Park Catering, that's going to be doing the bulk of the lunch for our group. So we're very excited about what we're going to do the day before Veterans Day.
I'm going to throw this question out for whoever would like to answer it. For our viewers who don't know, what is a stand down?
That's Stanley's question.
Stanley?
Actually, that is a good question, and I'm going to refer that question to Mark. He's going to talk about the history of the Stand Down, and then when he's done, I'll say a little bit about Caldwell County's Stand Down.
Certainly.
Okay, so the Stand Down actually started in 1988 in San Diego, California, by two veterans just trying to find a place for veterans just to de-stress and kind of be among their own folks. In terms of what we do here is, we give hope. We give hope to those veterans that are at risk and or those that are homeless. We also offer a safe environment for them to be among their friends, people that understand their issues. And we also just provide information and services so that they can get back on their feet and hopefully try to end this cycle of homelessness.
So a little bit about Caldwell County's Veterans Stand Down. We actually started our first stand down in 2015. The reason the stand down was started here is Larry McMullen, he's not available, but him and I got together and we wanted to see what the college could do for the veterans in Caldwell County, and thus the stand down began. Mark has been here from the very beginning, coordinating the stand down with us. And as you can see, we went from a 3-person panel up to what we have here. And there are also more individuals involved in the committee that are not here. But yes, we've been doing this since 2015. And with the exception of last year, which we didn't have the stand down due to the pandemic, we've served at one point, maybe 350 veterans had shown up for one of our stand downs. So our stand down is pretty popular here in Caldwell County, and we're hoping to get all the veterans, not just from Caldwell County, but surrounding counties as well. We're open to all the veterans, not just homeless veterans. It started out for homeless veterans, but here we're including all the veterans in the Caldwell, not the Caldwell, but the Foothills Winter Stand Down for veterans.
Let me just kind of piggyback a little bit about what he said. So if you look at the surrounding counties from Caldwell has approximately 5,000 veterans here. And if you look at our surrounding counties to include Burke, Catawba, Alexander, Wilkes, Watauga, Avery, Ashe, McDowell, we're looking at probably close to 25,000 veterans. And that's quite substantial. Population-wise in North Carolina, we're about 700,000 in North Carolina, which represents a little bit over around 6.7% of the state's population. But so once again, we're providing services. This stand down is going to be for all veterans in the surrounding county, not just Caldwell.
When and where is the stand down?
The stand down is November 10th, and the doors open at 8 o'clock. It's located at the J.E. Broyhill Civic Center. We give you that address, 1913 Hickory Boulevard in Lenoir. Just want everybody to be advised, when you come in, you have to sign like a media release. It's important that because we will be taking pictures and filming, and you want to have your permission to actually do that. So again, it's the doors open at 8. It starts at 9. Doors open at 8, starts at 9, and it's on November 10th.
November 10th. Will there be any COVID restrictions, regulations? How will that piece work?
I'll go ahead and comment on that. Because the J.E. Broyhill Civic Center is part of Caldwell Community College, we will be wearing a mask. So there's a mask mandate for all indoor facilities. And then we're going to be encouraging social distancing as well.
Okay. So who can participate in the stand down?
I'll take that one if you don't mind. It's really open to any veteran and spouse. So any veteran, regardless of their discharge status, is open for them. And we encourage veterans from all over to attend. Some of the activities that we have will be only for veterans, but spouses are encouraged to attend as well. And historically, as Stanley said, we've had as many as 350 veterans. We're not really sure how to prepare this year because of COVID, but we're hoping that because we are taking all the precautions, that it will be a safe environment for veterans, and we hope that they will come out. We'll have approximately 50 to 75 non-veterans there as volunteers, showing our support and gratitude for what they have done for us. So we deeply appreciate your service. Thank you for your service.
If I may just kind of comment real quickly about the COVID stuff. Obviously, if anyone is experiencing any symptoms related to COVID, we ask that you not attend, okay, or you'll be turned away. Okay.
And one other caveat to that, Stephen did mention veterans and their spouses. Caregivers, if you are a caregiver to a veteran, you are also invited to attend as well.
Thank you.
This is quite the event. with a lot of moving pieces. How is it funded?
How's this funded? It's funded by various ways. We have companies that donate because it's not just money that's being funded, although we do have companies that have funded monetary donations, and one of those companies is Shuford Yarns, and another one would be the one that you received the email?
Yeah, it was from the Military Officers Association of Catawba County, so they're actually going to be giving us some money that they get from USAA, I think in the amount of $300. But in addition to the monetary funds we get a lot of help from the community as well. As Stephen had mentioned, we have a lot of the vendors, a lot of the restaurants that are giving them times and themselves, bringing their staff here, providing free food for this event. The college is offering a number of services as well. We're going to be providing haircuts. We're going to be providing massages, chair massages. We're going to be doing some health assessments, blood pressure checks, things of that nature. We're also going to be doing some ophthalmic, checking the eye and the pressure. So a number of services in addition to what the other community partners are going to be offering as well.
Okay, so let's get back to some other issues as far as the funding. So I'm going to put some folks on the spot here. Those that don't provide funding or inquire about the stand down. But those companies that are participating with the stand down, as Mark mentioned, Colson Food Catering, Bose, Walmart, McDonald's, Krispy Kreme, Dunkin' Donuts, Domino Pizza, Chick-fil-A. Am I missing someone here? Bojangles, the embroidering, Randy Williams, or with the embroidering place on Highway 321 in Hudson. They're also donating time. And so we have a host of donators that provide different types of funding. And so we're looking to have a very good time here at the stand down.
How can someone support the stand down?
So they can support it in many ways. They can either contact myself and or Stanley. We'll be providing you a brochure at the end with our contact information as well. Once again, if you want to make a monetary donation, we have a process for that. If you want to come and just help and volunteer, we certainly welcome that as well. And to all the other vendors, once again, it just starts with a phone call to us or a text or email, and we'll be happy to get back with you and let you know how you can participate and help out, because this does take a community.
What are some of your needs for volunteers? I mean, obviously funding, but other volunteer services, or if somebody wanted to make a donation, what would some of those needs be?
Well, excuse me. What they can do is give us a call, and we will direct them in the right direction. They can give us a call at 828-759-4680. They could ask for myself or Beth Clay. We're both there in the office, and we can either direct them, and we can direct them in the direction that they need to go. If they need to contact the college, we will refer them to Mark Barber. So anything that they would like to do as far as supporting the stand down, call the one number and we can direct you from there.
May I add, Rodney, that we do need some volunteers to serve the veterans in terms of food. What we're going to do is we're going to be setting up 4 stations. We're going to try, if weather permits, to actually feed lunch outside. And we've got 3 civic groups that are volunteering to help with that. We have the Lenore Rotary Club through their Impact Division. We have a group called Fuel Caldwell, which is a Chamber of Commerce group of younger professionals. And we also have another chamber group that is called the Leads Group, the Leads Club, that are going to be participating. But we're open to other volunteers in a number of capacities. Just let us know, as Stanley and Mark said, give them a call, and we'll be happy to put you to work.
I wanted to add to Stanley what he was talking about. If you're an organization here in the Foothills and you'd like to help out, we're looking for commodities that veterans could use. You know, we had the United Way in Catawba County donate several hundred T-shirts. And that's a commodity that you know that we can hand out. You know, if you have a commodity like shoes or pants or you know, anything that the veteran could use or utilize that would make their life a little more comfortable, as well as Stanley was talking about. You know, just get a hold of Mark, Stanley, or
Yeah.
Beth, yes. Sorry, Beth. I didn't forget your name, but anyway. But you know, so that's some way that you could, you know, if you want to volunteer and just kind of help in that capacity, that would be wonderful.
Also, I'm aware of a few other community organizations going on here that are looking at doing some coat drives because it is a winter stand down. Mm-hmm. So they're helping out with some winter clothes and stuff like that as well. So if someone wants to be able to provide some gently used clothing, we would love to have that as well.
And I think that leads us well into talking about what services are provided for the veterans at the stand down.
I'd like to commentate on that. I think if you look around this panel, there's not a person sitting up here that's not passionate about what we do in helping veterans, because that's what we do. You know, it's our job day in and day out. And the services that we're going to be providing, I know Mark mentioned some a while ago that's going to be at the stand down, but we're going to have vendors here. We're going to have employers at this at stand down, like Patrick and myself. We're going to be here to help veterans that have barriers to employment, and we're going to help that individual get job ready. Okay, Stephen, you know, working for Voc Rehab, he's going to bring his game to the table as well, and there's just going to be a conglomerate amount of support and services here. And that's why I encourage you, if you're a veteran, you know, even if you're working, if things are going well in your life, you know, come and see us, because the veteran service officer is going to be here. You know, sometimes veterans are doing well, but they may have a question with their disability or something, and she's going to be here to, you know, Miss Regina Goforth will be here, you know, to answer these questions. So I invite everybody, if you're a veteran or the spouse of a veteran, you know, please come and see what all we have to offer.
Mark, you want to add to that? I know you've already covered some of it, but do you have anything else to add?
I think he did a very good job of explaining really most of the services that we provide, but we're always looking for other volunteer organizations to be willing to come in, veterans organizations, people that understand the issues that are at risk and homeless folks, you know, that they have to deal with on a daily basis. And really the end goal is to try to end this cycle of homelessness and to help those people get back on their feet. You know, there's it's kind of like the parable you've probably heard. You know, this is what we're looking at. This is more of a hand up versus a hand out. And probably the best definition of that is the old parable that says that if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach him how to fish, you know, you feed him for a lifetime. And that's what we're hoping to do. We're hoping to provide those information services to help those people get back on their feet.
And also, we're going to ask Kaylee to pitch in on this too, as what the Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act Title I can provide for veterans as well.
Yes, so we will have a table there at the stand down as well. It'll be an NCWorks table. I will be there providing information about, as Stanley said, our WIOA scholarship program. We will have an application packet there ready for veterans who want to go back to school. It is a needs-based, income-based scholarship, but again, I'll be there to go over it with them and provide as much information as I can.
Okay. We've already talked about masks being required at the event. Will masks be available at the event?
I'll take that one.
Okay.
The masks are going to be required. We will have them available if you do not have one. Also, we have partnered up with Caldwell's health department, and they are going to be on site to provide vaccinations for those that want them. It's by far not pushed, and there will be no vaccination cards being checked, none of that. We're there to help, not to to hunt you down or anything. We're there to help. So behind these masks, we're smiling. Just remember that, we're smiling. So hope that answers that.
What about dental services? Is that something that will be available?
I'm sorry,
Dental services, will those be available?
dental services, unfortunately, will not be available during the stand down. I am trying to find out if dental services can be available from certain dentists in the area that is providing free services to veterans. And once I get that information available, we will disseminate that. Some of that will be posted on social media. So if you go to Facebook, if you pull up my Facebook page, it'll probably be on there. It might be a flyer or something. I like to post things under Caldwell County's One Man's Junk. So it will be posted on social media, maybe Western Piedmont Council of Governments, Facebook page, their social media page, Snapchat, Twitter. So once that information becomes available, we will put it out there for the veterans.
Someone mentioned as we were talking your passion for veterans, serving veterans. So I'm going to ask all of you, or as many of you who want to answer, share a little bit about your passion and why a veteran should attend. What would you say to a veteran to encourage them to attend?
May I go first?
Sure.
I am the only non-service person of the males in this group, but I'm passionate about this.
I'm glad you said male.
Yes, I'm the only male on this panel that did not serve, but I am very grateful and appreciative of those who did. One of the mottos of this group is no veteran left behind. We want to make sure that veterans are aware of the host of services that are available to them and find the niche that they need to better reacclimate into our society. We want to help with that. Not just those who are at the level of homelessness, but any veteran who is struggling. We want to help them, and I'm so grateful that Stanley and Mark basically got this off the ground. And one of the things that we try to do is make this more people aware of this. And every time we do, we pick up more people that want to join in. For instance, Mark and Stanley spoke to the Lenore Rotary Club. They stormed the gates. The Rotarians did, saying, "We want to help. We want to help." So, out of that, we got our lunch provided, because one of the Rotarians stepped up. She's the manager of Colson Park Catering and Bo's Entertainment. She said, "I'll do that." Another said, "I'll help with that." So they're funding the lunch for us, which is feeding 150 to 200 vets ain't cheap, okay? So they're doing that. So the more we share this information, the more people want to get involved. So it's not just us that are passionate. We find more and more people that are passionate once they learn of it. And once they find out about it, they say, "What can I do to help?"
Well, Stephen, it's going to be hard to top. I mean, that was a very passionate statement that you gave. But just to add to what Stephen said, you don't have to be a veteran to care for veterans. I would say that probably everybody sitting at this panel has somebody that's a veteran in their family, okay? I know we've got some veterans sitting up here, but I'd like to say that my passion, after serving 25 years for my country, I've always had that passion in my heart to be able to help veterans, because I know that I had some personal struggles as I was getting out of the military. I didn't understand a lot of things, and believe it or not, until I took this position as the Veterans Career Advisor, I learned a lot of things that I was like, wow, nobody told me, but I didn't know where to go, okay? And I think that's what means a lot to me for the Stand Down, is that this is going to give the veterans and the spouses of veterans the opportunity to come and find out those questions that you're like, wow, I didn't even know that I could do that. I didn't even know that was available to me. So that's why I'm passionate about it. But it's, you said it all.
Well, I retired in the Air Force, so I'm an Air Force veteran, but I think the biggest message we need to provide the veterans out there is they're not alone. So, you know, we're here for them. I can't say that we've been through the things that they have, but at the same time, we're very compassionate about what we do and passionate as well. And we're here to help, and that's what we're here for. I mean, this is all volunteers. Nobody's getting paid for this. We're doing it because, you know, it's the right thing to do. It really takes a community to do this, and I'm just so thankful that my colleagues here have you know, agreed to help with this. Some of them that, once again, don't even have, or maybe are not veterans themselves, but they know of people that are, or they're here to support. And I think that's where we can all get on board with that.
So I would like to say I'm a retired Marine, retired in 2000, and after I retired, a veteran told me about services available through the VA. And it doesn't matter what branch of the service you serve, but we would like to thank you for your service. But as I mentioned, it took a veteran to tell me some services, very important services, that was provided by the VA that I really didn't know that much about, and the VA was talking to me, but they didn't get down in depth to it. So that's where we have veterans helping veterans, and those individuals that love veterans, that may not be veterans, but know how these systems work. And that's why we're all coming together to help the veterans of not just Caldwell County, but the entire community. Any veteran that wants to attend this stand down we've had folks come from Charlotte, Asheville, some further beyond, and we've also had some organizations out of state that have given us a call and wanted to donate some services. So again, my passion began when a veteran pulled me aside and says, "Hey, did you know the VA could do this for you?" And that's when I started to get involved with veterans activities. Anyone else? Patrick, Beth?
Oh, I just want to say thank you for having us here, and I want to say thank you to the veterans. They have been through so much, and we have so much freedom because of them. So I'm thankful for that, and I'm just thankful to be a part of this. So thank you.
My first thing I want to say is thank you to the veterans that are here, and thank you to the veterans that are out there that sacrificed so much, and their families did. I have veterans weaved all throughout my family, and when I first started at NCWorks, I heard about this stand down starting with Stanley, and I jumped on board. I really am happy to serve people that have served us, and it's made so much of a sacrifice that we as sometimes Americans take for granted. So I really encourage all the veterans and their spouses and or caregivers, come out and let us thank you. Let us give back to you. Don't think it's a handout. It is a hand up, and we really appreciate the services. Thank you.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you for your service to all the veterans, and all the veterans on the panel, and all the supporters, because without the support, we couldn't do what we needed to do. I think it comes down to one word, and that word is camaraderie. I know when I got out of the service, I retired veteran, 20 years. I said, you know what, let me get as far away from the military as possible. But I found myself seeking out people or the military. And it wasn't until I joined NCWorks that I found we having a stand down, and I can meet up with veterans and talk to veterans about stories and help them. It was NCWorks and the stand down where I found services that I had no idea about, and services that would have helped me when I retired. So camaraderie, just come out, say hi, see some veterans, talk to some veterans, and let us love on you a little bit. I know this is COVID time, but we still pat you on the back and say, hey, good job. We still thinking about you. The country owes you a debt, and we appreciate you. Thank you.
One thing I'd like to add to the services that are being provided, we will have the mobile veteran unit available. And what that unit does is they deal with veterans that have certain issues, and the vets can go in and talk to the counselors that are available, and that information stays within the veteran mobile unit. It does not go to the VA, so I want the veterans to know that you can come and seek counseling that you may not want the VA to know about. So it is available if you have some mental issues going on and you like to talk to someone. Again, the mobile unit would be available, but also there is a Veterans Crisis Hotline. So please call it. If you need the number, give us a call at 828-759-4680, and we will gladly get you that information. Thank you.
All right, before we wrap up, I want to make sure we have covered everything. We haven't missed anything.
Well, I always have something to say. I just want to thank the community. We couldn't begin to list every partner that has stepped forward to help us. We could, but we would be here longer than you're going to allot us time. So I just want to thank all the community partners, like the City of Lenoir, county government. I mentioned, Stanley mentioned several organizations that are providing support. I had one local businessman after Stanley and Mark presented to our Rotary Club. He essentially gave me a blank check. He said, I'm going to underwrite anything on food services that is not paid for. And that was Patrick Logano of Car Guys. He said, if you don't get funding for it, you've got it. You've got a blank check from me. And there's just so many people that have stepped forward. And we're an ad hoc committee. No one basically from the government said, we need to form a committee on this. This is a group of, we're all volunteers for this. We do this in addition to our day job. And if you've got a community group or you're an individual that wants to get involved, just let us know. We will find something for you to do.
When I run for office, that's going to be my press secretary. So also, I would like to thank you and Eric. Eric has been supporting us since the beginning of the stand down, and Caldwell County government, especially you guys, the media section, has been a big support for us. So I want to thank you all for that as well.
We are honored to have you here, and I'm going to close with Patrick, and we'll go back to him. Patrick, tell us one more time, when is the stand down? Where is the stand down? Can you give us that information?
The stand down is November 10th at the Royal Hill Civic Center. The address is 1913 Hickory Boulevard in Lenoir. The doors open at 8, but we will begin at 9. And you will have to sign a media release.
Okay.
Release form.
Release form, yeah.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you for what you're doing for our community. It means a lot, and I hope veterans will come out and participate on November 10th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.